Hey everybody, it's Tom Chenault with my son Adrian yet one more time, and we are talking contact mapping, and we want to talk to you today about the philosophy behind it, because several of you just don't get the complete picture here, and we want you to understand it. It is the missing link in your life, whether it's for business, whether it's for your personal life, and all it is learning about people and then documenting what you learned. So you're able to pull that up at any time, and it happens to me every day. I was just with a personal trainer looking for a job. I was able to pop in personal trainers. I saw something called Camp Gladiator. I realized there was a Camp Gladiator going on in the park about a mile from where we were. I said, let's hop in my Jeep and run over and meet the woman that runs that, and maybe you can hook up with Camp Gladiator. Had I not had that all documented in my phone, as I was just sitting here trying to think about how to help that guy, Camp Gladiator or Jennifer, the woman behind it, would have never come to mind. It would have escaped me, and I would have thought about it later and said, darn. But instead, I just searched my database for personal trainers, thinking about what personal trainers in my town I knew about, and all of a sudden she popped up, and it was the perfect thing, because I knew they were looking for personal trainers. That's what happens to me literally all day long.
And I think that sounds so simple, and it is so simple, but what is the difference in contact mapping compared to what you've done in the past is that you are relying on your memory, you're relying on these little scraps of paper that are floating around your desk or your purse or whatever it is, and you think that you're going to remember, but you're not going to, or you're going to remember only a fraction of the things that are important. And contact mapping, it gets you back into a place of relationship on a level that is hard to believe the difference that it makes, because instead of having this tape rolling in the back of your brain trying to think about who was that person, what was that thing, who was it that I needed to connect them with, or whatever it is, you've taken that out of the back of your head and put it into a system where it belongs, that allows you to be totally present in the moment with that person that you're talking to. And the shift that happens when you can stay focused on the other person across the table from you and serving them, what that does for them, and then ultimately what it does for you, is really the difference maker.
And this morning, the same guy, I'm having breakfast with him, and he used to work at a medical sales place called Apria, and all of his leads were owned by Salesforce. So he put all his leads into Salesforce, and when he left that company, he lost all those leads. So for the first time in your life, your database you actually own, it's Googleable, and so he belongs to this small gym. And he's talking to me about a guy in the gym that I need to know. He says, the guy's got a great personality. You really need to get to know him, Tom. I go, what's his name? He goes, I'm not sure. I said, what does he look like? I don't know. Where does he work? I don't know. And he starts going through his card file, and he can't find the card. So then he's looking through his notes, and he can't find the note, because we put everything in a really special spot called not where it's supposed to be. And when it's all in your contact mapping app, it's where it's supposed to be, because you can actually find it. And the why I ask everybody, and every one of you know, if you call me on the phone, or text me, the first thing I ever say to you is, send me back a selfie. I want to see what you look like right now, and I want to have that link to your contact so I can find you, because my brain is not a normal brain, and sometimes I recognize people before names, sometimes I recognize what you do before your name and your picture, and when I've got all those three things as far as data points, I can triangulate you and ultimately find the information I need.
And so it's really as simple as that. So here's what we want you to do. There's a couple of things that I think are really going to help you. The first one is, we have this thing on our website called the Coffee Shop Interview, and I'm going to have him talk about that in a minute. But you need to go to contactmapping.com, and you need to hit the link up at the top that says Coffee Shop Interview. It's under Philosophy, and you need to download this little ebook. It's only 6 or 7 pages. You're going to read it in 30 minutes, but it is going to have a profound impact on the way that you ask questions, which is going to lead to your ability to build this practice of contact mapping into your life. So talk a little bit about the Coffee Shop Interview.
By virtue of the name Coffee Shop Interview, it says it all. And I wanted to call it the Coffee Shop Interrogation, but my wife, and she wanted the word conversation. But when you have a conversation with somebody, you normally don't take notes. It's just a conversation. It's kind of like this and that and the other thing, and how's the weather. An interview is more pointed than that. An interrogation is like hardcore questions. And even though I want you to, my job is to find out about you. And the reason I want to find out about you is so I can remember you. And the way that I want you to, I want to remember you is to document. And where that is important is 2 years from now. This guy this morning, I took him all over the place. He kind of shadowed me today. And after we got to breakfast about 3 hours later, I reminded him of everybody we had met and what I had said about everybody we had met, just to have him realize he didn't remember a thing about any of those people, because if we don't write it down, it's going to be gone, either tomorrow or next week, and especially in a year. And what do you love most in life? Man, I haven't seen you since last May. You lost a little bit of weight. How's Denise? You still building that new house? I felt remembered. I loved the person even if I didn't like them, because they remembered me. And that's every human being. All we want to be is remembered. And the coffee shop interview is going to give you those skills.
Yep, absolutely. So go first, contactmapping.com. On the philosophy section up at the top, you need to go download that coffee shop interview. And then the second thing you need to do is you need to get into this app that we've built called Contact Mapping. Because what that's going to do is it's going to give you the place for you to be able to so easily capture this information and remember the things that are important and build that database that is truly the most valuable asset you could possibly build for yourself. And you've been building it your whole life, you just haven't taken care of it the way that you were supposed to. And this is the tool, this is the system that's going to allow you to do that.
This might be the only thing that stays with you from cradle to grave. It's that simple. Your database, the people you love, the people that love you, that thing can go with you forever. And I'm telling you, it has been what has made my career. I have 100%, 1,000% no doubt about that. It has made my career.
So that's all for now. Thanks for watching. We're going to be back with a lot more content coming to you soon, and have a great day.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.